Okay, Unit 7, Day 2. Let's make some small, subtle changes here and see what happens. So now we have sine of 2x, and I hope you remember that the 2 changes the period. It's 2 pi over b, where b is 2, so now our period is pi. The x-intercepts are here, 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 so it starts at 0 and it goes every pi over 2 after that, where k is an integer. I know you don't have to add 0, but for the teaching step, I'd like to show you where I started. 1, it's here, and here, and here. So that's at pi over 4. In here, it's every period away, but this time the period is pi. So what's pi k? K is an integer. So here is one way to do it. For d, when is this graph a half? Well, a half is here and here. But in some ways, I'm not going to look too much at that graph. I'm going to do this more algebraically. Okay. So I say sine of this position, okay? And sine is a half. Again, the y value is small. That's pi over 6. And if this is 6 pi over 6, this is 5 pi over 6. Okay? So then this position is either pi over 6 or 5 pi over 6. So this position, 2x, is pi over 6, or that position, 2x, is 5 pi over 6. But we need to solve for x. So I divide everything by 2, and this becomes x. Divide this by 2, it's pi over 12. Divide this by 2, it becomes pi k. Divide this by 2, it's x. Divide this by 2 or multiply by a half, it's 5 pi over 12. And divide that by 2, it becomes pi k. And so now I have x using this idea that I already know about. Same thing is true here. Do you see that the b value is a half? It's a half times x. So 2 pi over b. When you divide by a half, it's like multiplying by 2, and you get 4 pi. The x-intercepts are here and here. Well, that's pi, and that's 4 pi. I mean 3 pi, so it's pi and 3 pi. So I start at pi, and the next one's 2 pi away. And the next one's 2 pi away over there. So it's every 2 pi away, k is an integer. Here's where I hope my method is easier for you to follow. To find root 2 over 2 on this graph is going to be rather difficult. But we know when cosine, which is the function we're using, is negative, I'm in the second and third quadrant. And if I have root 2, it's going to be our 45 degrees in the second and third quadrant. So 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, there's just pi, and so this is 5 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4 is when cosine is negative. So there is our 3 pi over 4 and our 5 pi over 4. And this position is the angle, that position. So that position is the 3 pi over 4 and the 5 pi over 4. So I put that position here, and I put that position here. And that position is x over 2. To get x by itself, I have to multiply by 2. So multiply by 2 here, I get x. Multiply by 2 here, and I get 3 pi over 2. Multiply by 2 here, and I get 4 pi k. Multiply by 2 here, I get x. Multiply by 2 here, I get 5 pi over 2. Multiply by 2 here, and I get 4 pi k. Again, k is an integer. So just as a quick reminder, we talk about tangent. The period of tangent is not 2 pi over b, but pi over, and the b value is 3. So when is tangent 1? Well, tangent is 1 when x and y are the same. That's a 45-degree angle, or pi over 4. 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, and then 5 pi over 4. Because this is like the x and y are the same, but they're both negative. And so this box, that position, is pi over 4. And then to get the next angle, that's pi away, so I get pi k. If I don't want 3x, I just want x. So I divide everything by 3. Divide this by 3, I get x. Divide this by 3 is like multiplying by a third, I get pi over 12. I divide this by 3, I just stick 3 on the bottom. Again, as a reminder, k is always an integer. Root 3 over 3, that must have come from 1 over root 3. That means the y is 1 and the x is root 3. So the y is the small one and the x is the big one. That's the pi over 6, the small angle. And the one over here is pi away from that. So then this position, that angle, to give me this tangent value, that position must be that pi over 6. And then if I go pi, 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 I get all of them. But I don't want 3x, I want x. Well, how do I get x? I divide by 3. Divide this by 3, I get x. Dividing this by 3 is like multiplying by a third. I get pi over 18. Divide this by 3, I just put a 3 below. And again, k is an integer.
Okay.